These are some of the criticisms against you. They say your criticisms of President Tinubu is quite very shallow. And I'll tell you why. Number one, you hardly prefer solutions to what you will have done as regards pertinent national situation. For instance, while you were giving one of your speeches recently, you said you add 4,000 extra megawatts, you're targeting 10,000 megawatts. Can you give us a breakdown by breakdown of how you are even going to achieve that 10,000 megawatts of electricity?
Rufai, what people do here is to, because P2B does not have sophistication of media and everything, to make what I say look like, oh, nobody has said it. Somebody said, if I don't give you power, don't vote for me. Did he tell you how he's going to give you power? So why must my own be in the marketplace?
But you are saying you are different. Can you tell us?
I'm different because where I promised it as governor, I delivered it. And I've said, and I repeat, that in 4 years, we will generate, transmit, and distribute at least 10,000 megawatts of electricity.
How are you going to do it?
No, I'm not going to tell you how. It is not for you to know how. It is for you to look at the man who is saying this. Go and check political promises all over the world. It's for you to look at who is saying this. Rufai is saying it. Can we trust Rufai? Somebody just said, if I don't give you, don't vote for me. He didn't even add 1 megawatt. Instead, he went down. And he's telling you again.
But power production increased.
No.
I mean, we produce more than what we're producing in 2023.
Listen, forget about it. Rufai. Nigeria today, since 2015, no new power plant had been commissioned. Not one. By this government. That's when I mean government investing in it. No new one. And in the next coming years, it will not happen because it takes at least 3 years to do one. So that promise was fake. If you compare it to countries like Indonesia, between 2015 and 2025, Indonesia added 70,000 megawatts of electricity. India, within the same period, added 171,000 megawatts. These are things you can verify. Egypt, within 2015 and 2021, added 28,000. Rufai, I was in Egypt, visited the power plants. I was in Indonesia, visiting, even met the president. So, Rufai, I know what I'm talking.
So,
I will.
So you're saying you will do it. How will you do it?
I know how I'm going to do it because it's not for me.
No, but Nigerians need to know.
They don't need to know.
We can't do blind trust.
They don't need to know. They need to believe in me. That what they want to do is that maybe they've hired you for me to, everything I said, they come rushing and no. Rufai, I will do it. I will even do more. I know what it means. Because I know that
so you're not going to tell us
the industries in Kano today are not working. I know what to do to provide. That's why I visited this plant. Which other candidate has taken time to go to these countries and see what they're doing?
So, Mr. Obi, it's not about visiting the plant. It's about telling us how you will do it, how you will get.
They're not rocket science. They're not rocket science. What those countries do is not rocket science. It's not as if I'm going to bring what is not there. What they did is very simple. And Rufai, my commitment is that I'll deliver it.
Okay.
I have my name on it.
I want to ask you another, but you've not told us how you're going to do it.
Yes.
In a case where you are not on this ballot, maybe because of a court case or something, what will happen?
What will I do if they don't want me to be on it? Rufai, I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. I'm desperate to see these young people have a means of livelihood. I'm desperate to see people stop from stealing public money. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. Today, all over the world, Nigerians are running to Niger, to Ghana, to this, because there's no opportunity in their country. In a country that God blessed with everything, I will start the transformation of this country by first Rufai uniting this country, bringing it together to be a country every person will be proud of, ensure social inclusion, start making Nigerians believe and verifiable, reducing the level of poverty. And to do this, the transformation starts from...
okay, how will you do all this, you've said?
Investing in critical areas of development.
Like power?
Not just power, education.
How will you do it?
How to say why do it?
Education. How will you invest in education? How will you invest in power?
You need to go and see what I did in education in Anambra State. Investing in education, investing in health, pulling people out of poverty. Rufai, these things can look, they are not rocket science. There are things that are there. We're doing it now. You declare that this thing, people must go through technical training to be able, countries after countries have done this. Rufai, if you go to Indonesia, they have Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Businesses. If you check today, 90% of employment in Indonesia comes from this class.
You see, the question about how I'm asking Mr. Peter Obi is the fact that there must be a strategy which is embedded in your manifesto document, which will give Nigerians a template of how you're going to navigate. Has the NDC released the manifesto?
No, don't worry. You will see it.
Okay, so you are going to put it in your manifesto?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
It's
They will
going to
be
put it in your
there.
manifesto. What you keep criticizing President Tinubu as regards subsidy removal. What would you have done?
Remember, I didn't criticize nothing. I said I would have removed subsidy.
How would you have done it?
Eh?
How would you have done it?
I keep saying, one, in an organized manner.
What's this organized manner?
I wouldn't have gone to inauguration and announced it. That's the first thing.
Okay.
I would have sat down with the operators in that industry, because we know that in that subsidy, there's a huge criminality. I would have sat down with them, removed it so we know exactly the amount we are subsidizing and deal with it. That is the organized manner. I would have done the same thing in financial deregulation. But in doing this too, the most important thing is that you cannot do the two of them and not add fighting corruption head on. Because that's why Rufai, we've removed subsidy. We deregulated the Naira. What is the impact on the average Nigerian?
Paying poverty, deprivation.
No, thank you. What is the impact? What is the impact in our finances? We borrowed more money than we used to borrow when we were doing subsidy.
Okay, the argument of this government as regards the borrowing is that what increased the debt was the devaluation of the currency. That's part of
don't go there. Don't go there. Well, all these things is because of stealing. Let's not go because of waste. Simultaneously, when you're removing subsidy, is to tackle government waste and corruption head on. You cannot. Today we have a monetary side, what the CBN and the CBN governor and his team is doing, being fairly well run. But unfortunately, you have a reckless fiscal side. So you cannot have that combination. It's a simple thing.
But Tinubu put in that CBN governor that you claim is doing well.
No. Let me say, it's not a question of who put in and who didn't put. I said the physical side has always been the problem of Nigeria.
So what's happening to the
physical side? CBN governors, whether yesterday or today, I'm not blaming any of them. Because at the end of the day, it's just monetary side. But the physical side is reckless. And that reckless is embedded in waste, cost of governance is unacceptable, and corruption. If you deal with this, then you could be able to see the savings in the subsidy removal, the savings in whatever decision you've taken, and you apply them in what I'm saying, critical areas of development, which is.
But you're saying that, but this government is saying they've been able to ramp up how much they get in revenue. They've increased tax revenue. They've gotten more money from the revenue, and they're applying it back into the economy.
In fact, they in celebrating their 3 years, they showed that they've been able to increase from 36 trillion. They've been able to increase from 16 trillion to 35 trillion. So where is this increase? Where is it impacting? Within the same period, your poverty level have increased from 87 million to 140 million. In fact, the more they increase revenue, the more they throw people into poverty. So there's something wrong. You're taxing poverty. You're taxing on productivity. That is, for you to increase your tax, you must increase production.
How are you going to increase that production?
By doing the right things.
What are
By
they?
investing. We just talk about power.
Yes.
We just talk about education. So you have skilled people, because people are building factories and hiring people from outside because they have no skilled workers. People by health, by interest. So productivity is not. Rufai, this has been done by countries.
So you will have removed subsidy too on the currency. You will have devalued the naira too.
Yes, but like I said, in an organized manner, you cannot devalue when you have nothing to sell. You need to increase your productivity.
So will you wait until you have something to sell before you devalue the naira?
You do it. That's how you do it gradually. That's how it's done all over the world.
So for you, it was just gradualism.
You must do things in organized manner. You don't just come and be acting as if you're a drunken sailor. Everything must go.
So on those
overnight.
two policies, you're saying you agree with Tinubu, but the wait.
No, I said it now. Go and look my this thing. I was shouting I would do it. Not that I agree with him. I was saying I would do it. But I would have done it differently. And I'll be doing it with, number one, cutting cost of governance, which I've shown in the past, and fighting waste, corruption. You must do it simultaneously. Otherwise, it's like what you're trying to do is that you're here. Whatever you bring in here, they'll steal it. Then you'll still go outside and be trying to collect everything. Everybody will see, give me this. Once you bring it in, it's stolen.